Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada.
Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada.
Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev.
Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev.
Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol.
Nitya Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitya Gaura Hari Bol.
हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय। श्रील
Jai,
प्रभुपाद की जय। गुरु
Jai,
महाराज की जय।
Jai,
धनराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय।
Jai,
शिवगण कृष्णदास प्रभु जी की जय।
Jai.
All glories to assembled devotees. Hare
Hare
Krishna. Thank you all devotees once again for joining our Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. Daily Srimad Bhagavatam reading morning session. Hare Krishna. So, yesterday we have completed up to verse number 14 of chapter 9, Canto 9. So, today we will start with the verse number 15 onwards of chapter 9. Hare Krishna. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tado Jayamudire. Nashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavate Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Nashtagi. Mukam Karoti Vachalam Bangum Langede Girim Yat Kripadamaham Vande Paramanandamaadavam. Sri Gurum Dinadarinam Sri Chaitanyamishram Ovanjnanadvirandasya Jnananjana Shalagya Chashuru Milidam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Sri Chaitanyamino Virishtam Stapidam Yena Bhudale Swayam Rupa Gadamahyam Dadanti Sapadantikam Vandeham Sri Gurum Sri Udavadagamalam Sri Gurum Vaishnavamsha Sri Rupam Sagarjadam Sagana Rigunadanidam Dam Sajivam Sadvaidam Savadudam Parjanasagitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahana Lalada Sri Vishakanyidamsha. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabando Jagalpade Govesha Gopiga Kanda Radha Kanda Namastude Taptakanjana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavani Shri Vishabhana Sude Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vanchakalpadarupya Chakrupa Sindhupya Vajapatitanam Bhavane Bhyo Vaishnave Bhyo Namo Namaha Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Parashtaya Bhutale Simade Bhaktivedanta Swami Namini Namaste Saraswate Deva Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Vachatyade Deshadarini Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Namo Vishnu Vishnu Vishnu. Hare Krishna, welcome once more all devotees. Sarvada Mataji, welcome. Hare Krishna, Ambali Mataji also new joined. Hare Krishna, Vilasini Mataji. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. And our pranams to all. Okay, so today we will have a Shivana Bridges class. So Shivana Bridges is also already ready, and now we will chant 3 times Hare Krishna Mahamantra for and welcome Prabhuji to our reading session.
All the devotees.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, welcome Prabhuji, and Pranam, Hare Krishna. Okay, so, 15, no puppet, 16, 17. So I will read Prabhuji 15 and the other 2 verses, which is 16.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, and pranams. Hare Krishna. So, verse number 15. Sanniveshya mano yasmin shraddhaya muneyo amalaha Traigunyam dustyajam hitva sadyo yadas tadatmadam sanniveshya mano yasmin shraddhaya muneyo amalaha Traigunyam dustyajam hitva sadyo yadas tadatmadam. Translation by His Divine Grace Abhayacharana Aravinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Translation. Great sages, completely freed from material lusty desires, devote their minds fully to the service of the Lord. Such persons are liberated from material bondage without difficulty, and they become transcendentally situated, acquiring the spiritual quality of the Lord. This is the glory of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Translation once more. Great sages, completely freed from material lusty desires, devote their minds fully to the service of the Lord. Such persons are liberated from material bondage without difficulty. They become transcendently situated, acquiring the spiritual quality of the Lord. This is the glory of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Just to say a quick, this one.
Yes.
Yeah. So here we can see how the saintly people, they will attain the Lord. So we are normally, previous verse we are discussing about the glory of Mother Ganges, like how we are taking, when you are taking bath in Ganga, Mother Ganga, how we are getting purified. And naturally, we get purified. And this verse is talking about how we will attain the Lord. There's great sages, because they are actually completely giving up their mind to fully on the Supreme Lord, with complete faith, absolute faith. And they are free from all the contamination of the 3 modes of material nature. So then they quickly achieve the Lord's spiritual nature. This is given. So this whole chapter is how this verse number 1 to 15 is discussing about how Mother Ganges is delivering the Sagarasan. So now this section is completed. Now verse number 16 to 39 is story of Saudasa. So that is a description now. Now following verse number 16 up to verse number 39 is actually story of Saudasa. So it is start from verse number 16 now, which will describe the Bhagirath's dynasty. Because of Bhagirath only, by his tapasya only, Mother Ganges descended. We know that we read already from the previous verses. Now we are going to do the Bhagavatam. It is now Sukadeva Goswami will describe about the dynasty of Bhagiratha, And what about the personalities, various personalities? With that will come the story of Saudasa. Hare Krishna.
Oh, I see. Okay. 15 and 16. Next. I'll read that also. Shrudo Bhagiradanjasne Tasya Nabho Abaro Abhavat Sindhu Divas Tadasmadayudayustado Abhavat Riduparno Nalasakho Yo Ashwavidyam Advidyamayannalat Tadvacha Hridayam Chasmai Sarvakamastu Talsudam Shrudo Bhagiradhajñe Tasya Nabho Abaro Abhavad Sindhu Divas Tasmadayudayus Tamo Abhavad Riduparno Nalasakho Yo Ashwavidyamayannalat Tadvaksha Hridayam Chasmai Sarvakamastu Talsudam. Translation purport by His Divine Grace Abhayacharana Aravinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Translation. Bhagiratha had a son named Shruta, yeah, whose son was Nabha. This son was different from the Nabha previously described. Nabha had a son named Sindhu Deepa. From Sindhu Deepa came Ayudayu, and from Ayudayu came Ruduparna, who became a friend of Nalaraja. Ruduparna taught Nalaraja the art of gambling, and Nalaraja gave Ruduparna lessons in controlling and maintaining horses. The son of Ruduparna was Sarvagama. Hare Krishna. Purport. Gambling is also an art. Kshatriyas allowed to exhibit talent in this art of gambling. By the grace of Krishna, the Pandavas lost everything by gambling and were deprived of their kingdom, wife, family, and home because they were not expert in the gambling art. In other words, a devotee may not be expert in materialistic activities. It is therefore advised in the Shastra that materialistic activities are not at all suitable for the living entities, especially the devotees. A devotee should therefore be satisfied to eat whatever is sent as prasada by the Supreme Lord. A devotee remains pure because he does not take to sinful activities such as gambling, intoxication, meat eating, and illicit sex. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Very wonderful purport, actually, you can see. And here now we started discussing about Bhagiratha's dynasty. Somebody's mic is Ambili Mataji. Yes. So now we are discussing about Bhagiratha dynasty. There are so many names coming here.
Yes.
So Bhagiratha has a son named Shruta. And whose son was actually Nabha. So Bhagiratha, Shruta, and Nabha. Then his son is called as Sindhu Deepa. Apart from Sindhu Deepa came Ayutayu. And from Ayutayu came Rutuparna. Now up to this completed. But Rituparna had a friend called Nalaraj. So up to Rituparna, from Bhagirath up to Rituparna, the dynasty is mentioned here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 personalities are mentioned. Rituparna had become a friend of Nalaraj. Okay, so both mutually they taught each other. Rituparna taught Nalaraj the art of gambling. Okay, and Nalaraj gave Rituparna the lessons in controlling and maintaining the horses. So one person taught him gambling, the other person taught him how to control and maintain the horses. And after Rituparna, again his son is given, the son of Rituparna is given, that is called Sarvakama. So this is the dynasty of Bhagirath. So here we can see very important thing Prabhupada is mentioning. Prabhupada is mentioning that gambling is also an art. It is not a, it's like an art. Like we have art in dance, music is an art, dance is an art, like that. Gambling is also an art. Yeah. But it is not allowed for devotees, of course. Kshatriyas are allowed to exhibit talent in this art of gambling. So, but Kshatriyas are allowed, like Kshatriyas are allowed to hunt. Kshatriyas are sometimes allowed to eat meat also. So, but other people, the other Varnas, they are not allowed to kill the animals. But Kshatriyas are allowed to kill because they need to take training for the warfare. So, they go to the forest and hunt. So, gambling is allowed for the Kshatriyas. But by the grace of Krishna, the point, see here, Prabhupada mentions very nicely. Normally, when somebody lost, we think it is like a curse. But here, Prabhupada writes in the opposite way. By the grace of Krishna, he is writing. By the grace of Krishna or mercy of Krishna, Pandavas lost everything by gambling. Materialistic way is, it is, we see somebody lost everything by gambling, we say it's a curse. But here it is said as grace. And were deprived of their kingdom, wife, family, and home because they were not expert in gambling art. So even though the Pandavas were Kshatriyas, they were not good in the gambling art. In other words, a devotee may not be expert in materialistic activities. Very important statement here. A devotee may or may not be expert in materialistic activities. Why? Because his focus is spiritual. See, suppose somebody is spending his 20 years of time in share market or mutual fund, he gets more knowledge in that. So naturally, he will be expert in mutual fund. So that's how there are consultants for financial advisors. And we go and ask, okay, I have this much money, where should I put in which fund? They will tell, okay, this fund you put this time, you will get. How did they get the knowledge? Because they are given their 20 years of life in studying the market. But whereas a devotee, where he is giving his time? He is giving time in actually reading Bhagavad Gita, reading Bhagavatam, chanting. So he will be expert in devotion, but materialistic subjects may or may not be, he will not be expert because his time is dedicated for something else. That's why Prabhupada writes here. Otherwise, a devotee may not be, not must, may not be sometimes, expert in materialistic activities. So, Shastra is advising that material activities are not suitable for living entities, especially the devotees. So, like Albert Einstein one time said, no, if you judge a fish by its ability to climb the tree, the whole life the fish will think it is a fool because the fish is not capable to climb the fish, but the fish can only swim in the water. So like that, Einstein told for our modern school curriculum, no, he said that not everybody can cope up with the syllabus. Some children can cope up very nicely with whatever, the CBSE or something. Some may be expert in other things. That's why we see like college dropout, like Steve Jobs or many people, no, like even Bill Gates, they are all college dropout. For them, they did not get education. They are not good in education also. But they were able to do wonders, miracles, because that education is not suitable for them. So, Prabhupada generally says that materialistic activity itself is not suitable for living entities. That's why, when we go for office, we are always in tension. The people, nobody tells, oh, I love my job. But, when we get a vacation from the office, we are very happy. That is our, we are actually Anandamaya Vyasa. That kind of office environment is like something like very artificial for us. We have to artificially smile. We have to play diplomatic. We have to play politics to secure our job. So these material activities, whatever you are doing, it is not natural for the soul. It is not natural. Especially for devotees. Somebody it will be natural because they are inspired by lust. So if you see, in our heart, there are two things. Lust and love. Two things are there. Maybe lust is 90% and love is 10%, or love maybe 90%, lust is 10%. But everybody within their heart has different degrees of lust and love together, ingrained. So if somebody is actually inspired or pushed by lust, Krishna also says, Kamesha, Krodesha, Rajoguna Samudbhava. So this lust, Kama, when it is pushing, then that person may be very active in material life. He will be very active. He'll have 2, 3 phone. He will work day and night. Why? He may love his job also sometimes. He may love his job. Why? Because he's pushed by lust. And he want to enjoy this world, so he can do anything. But if the same person, if he is pushed by love, he will involve in seva. He want to make the world a better place. He will involve in devotional service. He will start preaching. He will start actively involving devotional service. So Prabhupada gives a very famous quote that one who is actively, one who is like pushed by lust, who is active in sex, he will be very active in the material life. One who has stopped that sexual life, he becomes active in the spiritual life automatically. He becomes very enthusiastic in spiritual life. Like that, there is a Prabhupada quote. So there's two things only in the heart for us, either lust or love. The lust means we start very much active in the material life, and then we get entangled in the cycle of birth and death. This is one line. If you are inspired by love from your heart, then you will do work for the betterment of the world. Like Prabhupada went to America to preach this Krishna consciousness because of this selfless seva. He was pushed by love. Otherwise, why 70-year-old, why he want to go to a country which is very alien and very cold, and 70 years, you cannot cope up with the climate, with the culture. Many things are there. Many things are challenging. Prabhupada was actually very comfortable in Vrindavan. He had the Radha Krishna deities. He was staying in the temple, and he can very nicely chant. He can write books, and he can go from there, leave this planet. But he took the risk. So these two things we have to understand at the core of our heart. There is two things, either lust or love. Somebody is propelled by lust. He is too much active in the material life. Somebody is propelled by love. He is active in the spiritual life. So by hearing Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, and by chanting, the whatever lust in our heart is getting transformed into love, or the love within our heart is growing. It's awakened. This is Krishna conscious process. As a Prabhupada mentioned that these materialistic activities are not at all suitable for living entity, especially for the devotees. So conclusion is a devotee should be santushta, means he is satisfied with whatever comes according to the sent as prasada by the Supreme Lord. A devotee remains pure because he does not take to sinful activities such as gambling, intoxication, meat eating, and illicit sex, because these things will promote the lust. Gambling will promote lust. How will gambling will promote lust? Because it will make you more and more greedy that you should earn more money by easy way, gambling. And intoxication also will make you lust. Lot of sinful activities are done after intoxication. So that will also flame up the lust. Meat eating, definitely it is rajasic and tamasic food. With your mind will become automatically lust will increase. In that case, even onion garlic is there, not only meat eating. Onion garlic also will actually promote lust. That's why even though it is vegetarian food, in Krishna consciousness is prohibited because onion and garlic food will promote lust within our mind. So that is there. And illicit sex also will promote lust. So now we can understand why these four regulative principles are there, because it is like these four regulative principles are, they're like pouring ghee to the fire. So whatever lust within our heart, if you engage in these activities, the lust will become more and more powerful. But rather, if you avoid these activities and chant and hear Bhagavatam, that lust level will gradually decrease. Overnight changes will not happen. We should be very clear. Krishna consciousness is a gradual process. Krishna says, as people surrender to me, I will reward accordingly. So as we regularly engage in this Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Pada Sevanam, then gradually we can see our heart is changing from lust to love. And so much we are getting more attracted towards Krishna conscious activities. So it is a gradual process, and we should not think that one day I read Bhagavatam, then everything will change that same day night. No, one day I am chanting. No, it can change sometimes if you are doing it with full surrender. Sometimes people within overnight also they can change, but the conditioning is strong in our mind. Then it takes time to get purified. So this is very important. The conclusion we have to see that If you are propelled by lust, we are active in material life. If you are propelled by love, then we are actually more active in the spiritual life. And Krishna consciousness is the art of changing this lust into love within our heart by gradually Sharanam Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Pada Sevanam. That process we can gradually change. Hare Krishna. So if any devotees want to add any point, we can.
Hare Krishna, Sudarshan Vastu Prabhuji, Dandat Pranam.
Yes, Prabhuji joined. Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dandat Pranam.
Dandat Pranam, Prabhuji. No, wonderfully you covered everything.
Thank
Hare.
Like lust and love. Like we also say no, like satisfying one's senses is lust. Satisfying Krishna's senses is love.
Love. Yes.
That is.
Atmendriya
Atmendriya Tarpana, Kama, Krishnendriya Tarpana.
Yes. Correct. It's
That is
prema.
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 Thank you.
Another thing, Prabhuji, is Nala. Nala is very Nala and wife Damayanti.
Oh, Nala. Nala
Nala and
Damayanti.
Damayanti.
Okay.
Many might have heard that story there.
Yes.
That is in Mahabharata, Prabhu.
Yes.
So what happened? I mean, after Pandava lost everything, and they were somewhat sad in the forest. So one Rishi advised them this story.
Oh.
To make them peaceful. Previously also it has happened. Nala also lost everything, although he was expecting. He was challenged by his younger brother Pushkara.
Okay.
Pushkara. Why? Because Damayanti Swayamvara, even Indra, Agni, Varuna, they all participated, but they selected Nala. So the Devadas were somewhat jealous of him. Then Kali was late, so Kali could not participate. Then Kali made an alliance with this Devadas and told that he will challenge Nala and he will defeat him and he will take Damayanti. So he took, but he must have somehow to destroy Nala. So he took the help of Dwapara. I mean the personality of Dwapara Yuga. And Kali is the personality of personification of Kali Yuga. They challenged Nala and they played like Shaguni. They played and Nala lost everything, and Nala when they were sent to forest and they got separated. And finally, after a lot of suffering, he got the country back. Like he again, after he learning the art of dais, he challenged Pushkara and defeated. And Nala was like as a servant, he was serving as a horse keeper. The Damayanti was also was a servant, like Pandavas were in exile. And finally, they got everything back. So this story was told to Pandavas to keep their moral high. Say it.
Like their suffering is higher than you, like that, to make them console.
Something like that. Yeah.
Nala Damayanti, yes, bro. Very famous. You have heard this name.
Very famous. Nala Damayanti story. So it's in Mahabharata, this story. He was a Nishada king, Nishada clan.
Okay.
So like here it is also Nabha.
Yeah, here verse number 18, it said that Saudasa married Damayanti. So this Nala is Saudasa or what?
No, this is not that Damayanti, Prabhu.
It's not that Damayanti. That's
no,
right.
no.
Because here,
this Damayanti is also known as Madayanti.
So this is different.
This Damayanti, Nala's wife Damayanti, his father's name is Bhima.
Okay.
His name also Bhima, and one of like Parikshit's son's name is also Bhimasen.
Okay.
So we can have at least 3 Bhimasens.
Okay.
So like the second Nabha is mentioned here.
Okay.
Even Prabhu Dasharatha, 2 Dasharathas mentioned in this chapter. One is around 3-4 generation before King Dasharatha, Ram's father, and one is.
Okay.
So that way to be careful.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, we'll go to next verse, Prabhuji. 18.
Hare Krishna.
Yes, ma'am.
Can I read, Prabhuji? Hare Krishna. Srimad Bhagavatam, 9th Canto, chapter 9, sloka number 18. Tatah sutasas तत्पुत्रो दमयन्ती पतिर्नृपः आहुर्मितसहं यं वै कल्मषाङ्घ्रिम् उत क्वचित् वसिष्ठशापाद् रक्षो आभूत् न पत्यः स्वकर्मणा ततः सुतासस्तत्पुत्रो दमयन्ती पतिर्नृपः आहुर्मितसहं यं वै कल्मषाग्निम् उत क्वचित् वसिष्ठशापाद् रक्षो आभूत् न पत्यः स्वकर्मणा. Translation. Sarvakarma had a son named
Sarvakama.
Sarvakama had a son named Saudasa, whose son, known as Saudasa, was the husband of Damayanti. Saudasa is sometimes known as Mitrasaha or Kamalasapada because of his own misdeed. Kalmasapada. I said Kalmasapada. Because of his own misdeed, Mitrasaha was sonless and was cursed by Vasishtha to become a man-eater Rakshasa. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes, thank you. We'll continue, Prabhu. I think it is, we are able to understand, no, Prabhu? So that is, further it is going, the dynasty explained.
Yeah, that's
okay. Yeah, we can go to the next one.
Okay, 19. Mataji, you want to read or read 19 also?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. I read.
Okay, Prabhuji.
Thank you very much. Srimad Bhagavatam. I think Ramasya Prabhu wanted to read. Ramasya Prabhu. Prabhu, please read.
He can read next verse, Prabhu. You can read next verse. He'll read.
Okay. Thank you. I will read this. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 9, Chapter 19, text number. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 9, Chapter 9, text number 19. Sri Rajo Vaja Kim Nimitto Guru Shapha Saudasasya Mahatmanaha Etat Veditum Ichhamaha Patyatam Naraho Yadi. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, Abhay Sharanaravinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Translation, no purport. King Parikshit said, O Sukadeva Goswami, why did Vasishtha, the spiritual master of Saudasa, curse that great soul? I wish to know this. If it is not a confidential matter, please describe it to me. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
I think we'll go to the next verse, Prabhu. Now is Parishit Maharaj asking a question, why he was cursed like that. So now we can see the reply will be given by Sukadeva Goswami, the reason for that. 20 to 21. Yeah.
2 verses.
2 verses.
Ramasya Prabhuji.
Ramasya Prabhu, yeah.
Yes.
Bhagavatam 9.20 and 21. Sri Sukuvacha Saudaso Nityam Kinchicharangabhyo Jaganha Mumocha Bhraktaram Suatha Gata Pratikrisya Sanichanantayam Ragha Sudarupa Dharo Grihe Gurave Voktu Kamaya भक्तवानिनयेन्द्रामितम् सौदासो निजयां चिच्चरन् रक्षो जघानः मुमोच भ्रातरं सोऽथ गतप्रतीतिकृषिया स नीचन्तयङ्घं राज्ञा सुदरूपधरो गृहे गुरवे भोक्तुकामया भक्तवानिनयेन्द्रामितम् Translation by His Divine Grace, Abhay Charan, Govinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada. Translation. Sukadeva Goswami said, once Saudasa went to live in the forest where he killed a man-eater Rakshasa, but forgave and released the man-eater's brother. That brother, however, decided to take revenge, thinking to harm the king, became the cook at the king's house. One day, the king's spiritual master, Vasishtha Muni, was invited for dinner, and the Rakshasa cook served him human flesh. Translation once again. Sukadeva Goswami said, once Saudasa went to live in the forest where he killed a man-eater Rakshasa, but forgave and released the man-eater's brother. That brother, however, decided to take revenge, thinking to harm the king. He became the cook at the king's house. One day, the king's spiritual master, Vasishtha Muni, was invited for dinner, and the Rakshasa cook served him human flesh. Hare Krishna. Thank
Hare Krishna.
So we can continue next verse also. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes, Mother.
Hare Krishna. Srimad Bhagavatam 9.9.22. परिवेक्ष्यामानं भगवान् विलोक्याभक्ष्याम् अंजसा राजानम् असपत्क्रुद्धो रक्षो हि एवं भविष्यसि परिवेक्ष्यामानं भगवान् विलोक्याभक्ष्यम् अंजसा राजानम् असपत्क्रुद्धो रक्षो हि एवं भविष्यसि. Translation Srila Prabhupada ki jai. While examining the food given to him, Vasishtha Muni by his mystic power could understand that it was unfit to eat, being the flesh of a human being. He was very angry at this and immediately cursed the Saudasa to become a man-eater.
Okay. 23 and 24. Want to read?
Hare Krishna Prabhu, if no volunteer, I will read.
I can read, Prabhuji, no problem.
Yeah, Mataji can please read.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Srimad Bhagavatam 9th Canto, Chapter 9, Sloka number 23 and 24. Rakshakrutam tadviditva chakre dvadashavarshikam so gnalilim adaya gurum saptum samudhyatah varito madayantyapo rushati padayojahau disak kamavanim sarvam pashyam jivamayam rupaha rakshakrutam tadviditva chakre dvadashavarshikam so apyaspo jalim yad adaya gurum shaptum samudhyatah Varito madayantyapo rushati padayorjahau disakkamavanim sarvam pashyan jivamayam rupaha. Translation. When Vasishtha understood that the human flesh had been served by the Rakshasa, not by the king, he undertook 12 years of austerity to cleanse himself for having cursed the faultless king. Meanwhile, King Saudasa took water and chanted the Sapada mantra, preparing to curse
Sapa mantra.
Vasishtha.
Sapa mantra, right? Sapa mantra.
Sapa mantra.
Sabam, no? Sapa mantra.
Shapa mantra. Shapa mantra preparing to curse Vasishtha, but his wife Madayanti forbade him to do so. Then the king saw that the 10 directions, the sky and the surface of the globe were full of living entities everywhere. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Very good. So there is a curse and there is a counter curse, attempt for counter curse. Of course, Vasishtha understood that he did a mistake now. So he went for taking 12 years of austerity to cleanse himself or curse the faultless king. So he understood that king was not at the fault. It was the Rakshasa who served the human flesh. So he thought that I did a mistake. So he went for 12 years of austerity. Same time, what happened? King Saudasha was very upset. Why did he do like this? So he also want to do Sapa. Sapa mantra. So let us see what happens next.
Verse number 25. Rakshasam bhavamapanna pade kalmashatam gadaha vyavaya kale tadrishe vanau godampati dijau Rakshasam bhavamapanna pade kalmashatam gadaha vyavaya kale dadrishe vanau godampati dvijau. Translation. His Divine Grace Abhay Charanarinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Saudasa thus acquired the propensity of a man-eater and received on his leg a black spot, for which he was known as Kalmashapada. Once King Kalmashapada saw a Brahmana couple engaged in sexual intercourse in the forest. Saudasa thus acquired the propensity of a man-eater and received on his leg a black spot, for which he was known as Kalmashapada. Once King Kalmashapada saw a Brahmana couple engaged in sexual intercourse in the forest. Krishna, verse number 26, 27.
Hare Krishna.
Yes, Puji.
Sudharto chagrihe vipram tatpandi aha kridartavat na bhavan rakshasa saksha ichvagunam maharataha madayandya patirvira adharmam kartum arhasi dehi me apatya kamaya akritartam patim dijam. This was 9.9, 26 and 27. Translation by His Divine Grace Abhay Charanarinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Translation. Being influenced by the propensity of a Rakshasa and being very hungry, King Saudasa seized the Brahmana. Then the poor woman, the Brahmana's wife, said to the king, "O hero, you are not actually a man-eater, rather you are among the descendants of Maharaja Ikshvaku. Indeed, you are a great fighter, the husband of Madayanti. You should not act irreligiously in this way. I desire to have a son. Please, therefore, return my husband, who has not yet impregnated me. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Actually, here from verse number 26 to 32, this is Brahmani's appeal to Saudasa to leave her husband. So that is what we are discussing. Hare Krishna.
Okay. Verse number 28. I will read. Hare Krishna. Deho ayam manusho rajan purushasyakhilārtha tasmadasya vadho vīra sarvārtha vada uchyate. Deho ayam manusho rajan purushasyakhilārtha tasmadasya vadho vīra sarvārtha vada uchyate. Translation purported by His Divine Grace Abhayacharana Aravinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Translation. O King, O Hero, this human body is meant for universal benefits. If you kill this body untimely, you will kill all the benefits of human life. O King, O Hero, this human body is meant for universal benefits. If you kill this body untimely, you will kill all the benefits of human life. Purport. Srila Narottama Dasa Thakura has sung Hari Hari Vibhale Janama Gunayinu Manusha Janama Paiya Radha Krishnana Bhajiya Janiya Shuniya Vishakhayinu. The body of a human being is extremely valuable because in this body one can understand the instructions of Krishna and attain the ultimate destination of the living entity. The living entity is within the material world to fulfill the mission of going back home, back to Godhead. In the material world, one hankers for happiness, but because one does not know the ultimate destination, one changes bodies one after another. However, if one gets the opportunity to possess a human form of body, in this body he can fulfill the four principles of dharma, artha, kama, and moksha. And if one is properly regulated, he makes further progress. After liberation to engage in the service of Radha and Krishna. This is the success of life. To stop the process of repeated birth and death and go back home, back to Godhead, Mam iti, to be engaged in the service of Radha and Krishna. Therefore, taking a human body is meant for completing one's progress in life. Throughout the human society, killing of a human being is taken very seriously. Hundreds and thousands of animals are killed in slaughterhouses and no one cares about them. But the killing of even one human being is taken very seriously. Why? Because the human form of body is extremely important in executing the mission of life.
Hare Krishna. Wonderful purport, Prabhu, actually.
Yes.
You can see that this is actually the Brahmani's appeal to Saudasa, not to kill her husband, not to eat her husband. Okay, so this is all she started telling that you are from a glorious dynasty, Ikshvaku dynasty, and this human body is very valuable. So like that, she's trying to convince so that she can protect her husband. So here she is telling, the Brahmani is saying, "Oh king, oh hero, this human body is meant for universal benefits." Prabhupada writes, what are the universal benefits, right? Artha, dharma, artha, kama, moksha. And then after moksha, you serve the Radha Krishna. That is prema. Higher to the moksha is prema, highest level. But if you kill this body untimely, before the time comes, you will kill all the benefits of human life. So human life is a very, very wonderful. Durlabha Manusha Janmam. So Prabhupada quotes this Narottama song, Srila Narottama Das Thakur. Very, very favorite bhajan of Srila Prabhupada. This bhajan is one of the favorite bhajans of Prabhupada. Prabhupada sang this many times. Hari Hari, Vifale, Janame, Gunayinu, Manushya Janma Paya, Radha Krishna Na Bhaji. After taking human birth, if you don't worship Radha Krishna Na worship, Janiya Suniya Vishaya, knowingly I have drunk the poison. This is the meaning. Hari Hari, Vifale, Janame, Gunayinu. So, Prabhupada mentions here that human body is very human being. Getting a human life is actually very, very durlabham, rare, and very, very arthadam, valuable. Why it is very valuable? Because in this life only, human life, we can understand the instruction of Krishna and attain the ultimate destination. What is our ultimate destination? Is to going back to home, back to Godhead. So naturally in the material world, we are here, we are always looking for happiness. We want to minimize suffering and we want to maximize enjoyment, happiness. This is our goal. Whatever scientific technology also have the same mission only. Whatever technology, what their goal is to minimize the human suffering and to maximize the human being happiness. But actually what happens in Kali Yuga, the reverse happens. We are actually put into so many kind of troubles and tribulations. But because we do not know the ultimate destination, one changes one body to another. So after living, because we do not know, we have to go back to home. What happens? We do our karma, and according to that, we take another body, again another body, like that. However, if one gets the opportunity to possess a human form of body, which we have now, what we can do in this body, he can fulfill 4 principles. What are the 4 principles we can fulfill? Dharma, living rightful life. By living rightful life, you earn wealth. That is called artha. By earning wealth, you have some regulated sense gratification that's called kama. So after enjoying for a certain time, you feel, okay, this enjoyment is not giving me the happiness. Then you try for moksha. You want to stop. You want to give up, like get liberated. So this is like a sequence. You work dharma, then with that you get some wealth, artha, then we enjoy kama, and then we get, we get saturated with that and we try attempt for moksha. And if one is properly regulated, he makes further progress. Further, if somebody is getting guidance, he not only stops with moksha, he goes further higher. What is that progress? After liberation, they engage in the service of Shri Radha and Krishna to serve the Supreme Personality of Godhead in this pleasure potency. This is the success of life. Okay, so very clearly, Prabhupada, this is the success of life. What is that success of life? To stop the process of repeated birth and death, Punarapi Jananam, Punarapi Maranam, Punarapi Jatare, Punarapi Janani, Jatare Sayanam. Repeated birth and death and go back home, back to God. Maam Eti So Arjuna. To be engaged in the service of Radha and Krishna. This is the success of life. Therefore, taking a human body is meant to completing one's progress in life. So throughout human society, killing of a human being is taken very seriously. Of course, if we kill any human being, immediately it is a criminal case. Immediately we are taken by the police, we are put into the jail, then we are taken to the court. And normally, even if you kill one human, then you get a lifetime sentence. You cannot come out. So this is the judicial law. But same judicial law, if you kill hundreds of cows, nobody will ask you. You can kill in your home, outside. Nobody is going to ask you, why did you kill 100 cows, 100 sheep? Nobody. But if you kill one human being, it is as a criminal. So, but Prabhupada saying hundreds and thousands of animals are killed in the slaughterhouse. Every town, every city is having slaughterhouse. And every day they are killing in thousands and thousands. And if you see around the statistics around the world, around lakhs and lakhs of animals are killed per day. Even you can say millions. Millions are killed around the world every day. Not like 1 year, 2 years. Every day it is happening. And no one cares. No one even discusses about them. But killing of even one human being is taken very seriously. Prabhupada put a question mark. Why? Why killing of one human being is taken seriously versus millions of animals? Because the reason for answer Prabhupada writes, because the human form of body is extremely important in executing the mission of life. Such a wonderful answer. Why human being is important? Human form of life is important because only in the human form of life, they can actually execute the mission of life. What is the mission of life? Is to know God, and love God, and go to God. Three things: to know God, first thing; to love God, second thing; and go back to God. That is a final thing. So three things. That is a mission of human life: to know God, love God, and go to God. So that is wonderfully Prabhupada explains here. We are very fortunate to be here under the shelter of Srimad Bhagavatam in Krishna consciousness. So gradually we can purify our heart of all the anarthas, serve the Lord in whatever capacity we have, and try to please the Lord and go back to the Lord. So that is the beauty of Srimad Bhagavatam. Any opportunity Prabhupada gets to write about the human form of life, immediately he will give you a purport. See, previous verses he did not give any purport. But as soon as this verse came, this human form is meant, immediately Prabhupada got inspired. He written the purport. So, because the human form of life is very, very important. And very aptly, Prabhupada mentions the bhajan also. Manusya Janma Paya Radha Krishna Na Bhaje. After taking human birth, if one has not worshipped Radha Krishna, he has knowingly drunk poison. Janiya, Suniya, Vishar. Somebody gives poison, we will not drink it, right? So, but knowingly we are drinking poison if you are, after getting human birth, if you are not worshipping the Supreme Lord. So that is the bhajan, beautiful bhajan by Sri Narottam Das Thakur. So how Prabhupada links the translation of the verse with the bhajan and the beautiful purport. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So devotees want to add anything? Sudarshana Arthya Prabhu, other devotees, please you can add.
28.
No, Prabhu, you have wonderfully covered everything as in the purport.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Prabhu.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
So if there are no further discussions, Prabhu, so we can end our sessions here today.
Anybody
Happy
want?
Ekadasi to all.
Yeah, today is Vaikuntha Ekadasi, going back to home, back to God, right? Opening the doors of
Sargavati.
Vaikuntha. India, it is yesterday. In Kuwait, it is Kanadish today. It is today. So,
No,
very
Prabhuji,
wonderful.
everywhere.
Everywhere today only.
Everywhere.
No. Tamil Nadu yesterday.
Prabhuji, yesterday is not suitable.
No, fasting.
Not
But the door is opened
ISKCON.
yesterday.
Yeah.
It is not suitable for fasting. But the door, Vaikuntha door was opened yesterday morning. In all the temples, no? Perumal, Srirangam, everywhere. ISKCON temple also, they opened yesterday. Door.
Okay.
Opening of the Vaikuntha door was yesterday. Today is suitable for fasting.
Yesterday, Dasami was more because Dasami and Ekadasi.
Yeah. Today is fasting. Yesterday, the doors were opened, Vaikuntha doors. So it is very famous in Tamil Nadu. So people, Perumal temple, you cannot go enter yesterday. It's not easy to enter because the crowds are very huge. Huge means you cannot even go near the temple. Because when they open the door, everybody wants to enter. So there is a belief that if you enter through the door, then you will be granted access to Vaikuntha. Yeah, so in Tamil Nadu and all, very famous. It's very, very famous festival. So normally who does not go to temple whole year also, he will also go during Vaikuntha Ekadasi. They will go to Perumal temple and they will wait in the line and they will open the door. First the Lord will go and then followed by all the devotees will go pass through that Vaikuntha door. So the door is opened only yearly one time during this Vaikuntha Ekadasi.
Which temple, Guruji?
All Perumal temples, all Vishnu temples.
Vishnu.
And especially Srirangam is very famous for this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Srirangam. But all the Perumal temples, they'll have a door. Even ISKCON temple, they opened. Yesterday, Chennai temple, they opened. Yeah.
Thank you, Guruji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Okay, Hare Krishna. Nothing to add? Okay.
Prabhuji is showing darshan. Vivekananda Prabhu, Asimananda Krishna Prabhu, Shri Gauranitai, Bhagavan ki jai. I will spotlight.
Oh, I see.
Ekadasi darshan. Very beautiful.
Darshan.
Yeah.
Pulta ho gaya.
Yeah. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Sasimananda Prabhuji. Dandat Pranam.
Also, we are getting Prabhuji darshan also along with Gauranitai. Hare Krishna Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Dandat Pranam.
Hare Krishna.
So, Prabhuji, tomorrow there will be no reading session, no? Because of 20.
Yeah. Yes.
Hare Krishna, 1 minute. I will change the ulta putta.
Yeah, Haribol.
Now okay.
It's okay. It's okay now.
Yeah.
Now okay?
Haribol, yes, Prabhu. Very wonderful. Green attire. Yellow or green? Green, I think.
Yellow and
Green.
yellow.
Yellow. Okay.
No light.
Yellow and blue.
Yellow, yes.
Yellow with
Yeah.
Shri Shri
green.
Gauranidai ki jai.
Jai.
And this is Giri Govardhan.
Hari Bol. Giriraj Govardhan ki.
Laddu Gopal.
Gopal Bhagwan ki jai. Narsimadev Bhagwan ki
Srila
jai.
Prabhupada.
Srila
Srila
Prabhupada.
Prabhupada ki jai. Guru Maharaj ki jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava ki jai.
Vaishnava ki jai.
Gauranidai.
Prabhuji, please come evening, all.
All virtual.
Yeah. Yeah. No. Yeah.
Unfortunately, I have
take-
duty, Prabhu, but I have other things.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sudarshan Vasudev Prabhuji can come.
Yes,
He's
yes.
missing to Gauranita is missing you.
I'll try, Prabhuji.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay,
Anyway, day
Prabhuji.
after
Hare
tomorrow,
Krishna.
we'll meet every. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll-
Okay, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you for the darshan, Prabhu.
Thank you,
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji.
Dandar pranam,
Hare Krishna,
Prabhu. Thank you.
Prabhuji.
Thank you.
Prabhuji, today
Pranamam,
you taken off?
Prabhuji.
Asman Prabhuji taken
Thank
leave
you.
today?
Yes, Prabhuji, because
Program is there,
Abhishekam
no?
and
Yeah.
preparation.
Correct. Hare Krishna.
Yeah. Hare
That's
Krishna.
nice.
That is
Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
So our next reading session will be on Saturday only, right? Okay.
Saturday, yes, Prabhu.
Yeah, okay. Thank
Hare
you,
Krishna.
Rai. Thank you, Sudarshan
Thank
Vasudev.
you all. Hare Krishna.
Joining.
Hare Krishna.
So,
Pranams.
thank you very much, Shivana Prabhuji, Sudarshan Vasudev.
So we'll take shelter of
Exciting.
holy name to express our
Yes,
gratitude to Shivana
of course.
Prabhuji and all.
To all the devotees for
Yes, all the devotees and
Bhagavad Sevya.
Sudarshan
Hare
Vasudev.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Ram, Hare Ram.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.